week's All About Stillwater Show, we visit with Mr. Gordon, Stillwater's new superintendent.
This show made possible in part by Drumright Dental Center. A smile is the prettiest thing you can wear. DrumrightDentalCenter.com. And Bradshaw Center, Stillwater's hub of innovative business.
Don't be discouraged when buying a new vehicle. Jenks has transports arriving almost daily with new cars and trucks. Our lineups are changing, just like the all-new redesigned Tundra and Sequoia and the completely new Crown. The new vehicles are nothing short of remarkable, with new technologies, greater efficiency, and higher performance. It's true, times are different, but the best technology is now. Go online, check it out, and call our highly trained sales staff to get your new vehicle request placed. Come see the difference this dealership can make.
How did you originally end up in Stillwater? I'm talking like way back. Where'd you go to school?
I graduated from Lawton High. I attended UCLA my freshman year at University of Cameron in the Lawton area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the other one.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It
sounded impressive.
It sounded good though, didn't it? Yeah. And then I came up here to visit some friends of mine who came up here and really just fell in love with, obviously, OSU at the time. Mm-hmm. But the community was such a fun place. And it just became more and more interesting to me, and then I transferred up here and have been here ever since. My first teaching job was at the junior high, and I was there for 10 years as a teacher and for 5 years as an assistant principal. Mm-hmm. The folks over at Yale had an opening for high school principal. I thought I'd give that a try for a couple of years, and that was a wonderful experience. And then Hennessy had an opening, and I went out there for a year.
Were you high school principal?
High school principal for a year, and
Yep.
then the superintendent left, and they asked me to fill in for a couple of years. Great experience, and then I came back here in 2006, 2007, and I've been the high school principal at Stillwater High School until this July.
What is this?
Before COVID, we were talking about the diversity of Stillwater High School and Stillwater as a community, and we joked around about the faces of Stillwater High School. So I created this project, and I came up with this basically, and We Are Pioneers has been our battle cry for a long time. We have one thing in common here at Stillwater High School, and that's we're all here at the same time. But the diversity and the differences and the interests and the levels of everything are so different. And we just wanted to honor that with just the faces of Stillwater High School.
This is kind of an appropriate plaque. Stillwater makes a change.
Very much so. This is a program we're very proud of. Been around for about 12 years now, raised over almost $1.5 million for our community. It's interesting to see a bunch of 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, raising that much money and having those kind of conversations to improve the community they live in.
Bond issue is not just about the high school.
Right. The bonds in Stillwater have always been about multiple things. Right now, we have a concern about maintenance. Some of the older facilities that aren't schools are starting to run into some trouble, so we have to have some maintenance costs on those. And then we have those costs that come up just because they come up, like air conditioner costs right now. But over the last couple of years, we just opened up Westwood, the last couple of years. But there was also some updates to other sites and new transportation and textbooks and things like that. So there's always more than just one thing on a bond issue, always. Even though the high school will be a large chunk, there's some other things on there for safety and security. Been in discussions with architects, with some bonding companies that advise us, but we're looking at probably a new high school in the near future.
So you're hiring?
Yes. We're always looking for teachers. We're looking for, the big focus, honestly, right now is bus drivers. Bus drivers are incredibly crucial because if those kids can't get to school, then there's no point. I give great credit to the Stillwater community because it's such a great draw. It's a fun place to live. It's an education community that's clearly our focus, but we draw people here.
All right, so what is this virtual academy? I've heard some things about?
It's a program a lot of schools offered because of COVID and had a lot of expansion during that time. It's kind of pulled back a little bit because kids missed coming to be at school.
Sure.
But we will continue to offer it. We offered it before the COVID time as an opportunity to offer classes that we couldn't offer here.
Now, a lot of security things happening this year. Is anything different than it was last year?
We've added 2 hall monitors at the junior high and the middle school where there tend to be some issues during hall time,
right.
and things like that. We've added lunch monitors here at the high school for the front and back door. We still have an open campus. Mm-hmm. We're still working with our SROs, which we have 4 right now.
Right.
And we have a great relationship with the police department. Mm-hmm. But the SROs right now are doing audits of the school and making sure all the things are in place that we need to have in place. And those range from obviously security and when doors are locked and not locked to tornado shelter, relocation, things like that. The governor's mandate, we've added the RAVE app, which allows us to have direct connection with the Stillwater Police Department and the Sheriff's Department with just the touch of a button. So all faculty and staff will have that and have access to it. Also, Stop It is an app that we've pushed out to our students and set up for our community. And if somebody's being harassed, bullied, intimidated, they have an opportunity there to submit that, and we'll act on it.
So the clock has started counting down to school. When is that, and what's
one week from tomorrow is the first day of school. Wow. And everybody's excited. Teachers come back on Monday. The 9th, which is next Tuesday, is Meet the Teacher Night at the elementaries. And so that's always exciting. Yeah. So it's getting closer.
Did you know this show is also a podcast? You can listen to it on almost all of your favorite podcast apps. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.